It's time! Ain't that what that lady be saying? I wonder if she copyrighted that saying or not yet. Anyway, friend, welcome to Vlogmas Day 1. 25 days. Me, you, and us. We're gonna be together and just riding it out until Christmas. Today, however, is November 30th. It's almost 2 o'clock. Girl, I gotta start at least a day in advance because I'm gonna need a full 24-hour turnaround time. But we are on our way to pick our Christmas tree. Now for us, we do a live tree every year. I feel like it's worth the pain. It's also worth the tradition. I don't even know if I knew that like fake trees existed until I was like 10. You're welcome, big girl. So, girl, in keeping with the tradition of my house and the way that I grew up, it's only right that I take my family through the struggle of acquiring a real tree. My mother would be so disappointed in me if I put up a fake tree. Okay, I'm not gonna hold you. We had a fake tree for, was it 3 years or 2 years? 3 years. But only because we lived overseas, and trying to find a real tree was like finding a needle in a haystack. I just couldn't do it. As soon as I left that continent, I gave that tree away to a neighbor. So, we're back on our real tree train. I was a little too excited last year, and I feel like we left the house prematurely, but all of the things that we should have done last year, we did this year. We measured with the tree base. We have the tree base in the trunk because they have to chop some branches off of the bottom to fit it in the base, but we'll do all that when we get up there. Right now, we need to go get money. If you will, as with everything in this economy, Christmas trees are expensive. They've gone up significantly, so we're probably gonna spend, what do you think, 200? Probably $200, maybe $220, because after they cut the branches off, wrap the tree, put it on your car, I mean, it's only right to tip them. So we went to a different Christmas tree lot last year, but I want to go to the one that we went to our first round in Virginia, because the one that we went to last year, we found out that it was cash only after we had picked our tree. So we were going around trying to find cash, and by the time we made it back, the man who was helping us had already like wrapped our tree up. He had the twine, he was ready to take and put it on the car, and it's like, no sir, you have to chop some off the bottom so the tree can drink and last until Christmas. Here, big girl, look. And then you also have to cut some branches off the bottom because it's not going to fit in the base. Sir, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. I've seen this happen for decades upon decades. Like, don't rush me. Trying to rush me to get my tree. We're not going to do all that. We're not doing all that. So, yeah, I think we're going to try our old lot this year. That's if they're up yet. They should be, because tomorrow's December 1st. Anyway, girl, we're about to get over here and pick this tree, and we'll see you in a minute. What I gotta do for this right here? Okay, a swift change of plans. When we walked up, nobody greeted us, nobody looked our way. They got a nice little RV out there. It's got a TV, so they watching a football game and all that, but I don't like that. We here to make money, or am I gonna beg you to take my coin? No, absolutely not. So we're gonna go to a different Christmas tree lot and hope that you know, people are actually, what is this? What is this word I'm looking for? People are actually like working? I don't know. Like, are y'all just here chilling? Who's the homeboy? Who's actually employed here? I don't know. But immediately I was like, oh no, we got to try a different lot. So even though last year I feel like the boy was a little too like gun-ho with wrapping our tree up and not cutting the branches off the bottom, we're gonna go back to that lot. Even though he came on a little too strong, he was still like so much better. He was informative with, it's like a certain type of tree that you buy that doesn't lose pine needles quickly, and then one smells more, you know, like Christmas, if you will. He showed us how the trees were broken up by height. Like, he was very helpful. They had this cute little like sleigh reindeer set up, and when he saw I was trying to take a picture, he came right over and was like, I'll take a picture for you. So we're going over there where people work. Oh, that's all. This lot's much better. I think we already found our tree, but child, the trees I feel like are still, did they come down? This one's 125. The trees are cheaper this year, aren't they? How much was our one last year, do you remember?
Man, that joint was like $450. Easily dropped 4 bills on that thing.
If you let me spend $400 on a tree, we would not be married.
I dropped 4 bills on it.
Anyway, do you want to look over here?
Yeah.
I see a big one over there. I like this one right here. Look how fat it is on the bottom. All right, he said these white poles right here are 8 feet. This one is a little taller, but we're gonna have him chop the top down and then chop the bottom some too. Exactly. He's somebody's gonna take up half the living room. That's the point. Listen, this man measured the ceiling. It was 8 feet 10 inches. I want a 9-foot tree because I know they're gonna have to chop it down some.
I want a billion.
My dog. High five.
Are you gonna walk?
It's nice and full all the way around. Is this our tree?
I think that's the one.
Okay. Now, I don't know how every year my mama remember, but child, she can just eyeball a tree and see how many branches to take off. Not me. Baby, they gave Jenny her own little tree. Oh, she's a biggin'. All right.
That's perfect.
Yep. All right, now with real trees, there's spikes on the base. So you slam the trunk in. Then you have these things right here that you have to twirl in. Normally I am on this side, my son is on the other side, so we can apply equal pressure to make sure that the tree stays in, but he has not decided to come home yet. So, but you can hold it and I can just get it in as much as I can. And then you can come back and twist. Normally me and Gabriel twist till we can't anymore because these little metal poles are gonna drill into the trunk of the tree and help it stay up. And then Jake comes behind us and he does all 4. So we'll just have to do it with the 2 hands that I got this year.
Lord, I got some things I need to say. This one's gonna be especially.
We got the tree up. It is leaning just a little bit, but once we take this net off and fluff it out, hopefully we can hide like any imperfections. The thing about a real tree too, you don't know if the trunk is curved, you don't know if there's more pine needles on one side than the other, but you can kind of mask those, I think, with getting a real tree versus a fake tree. If you put that hoe up crooked, like she's just crooked and everybody gonna know. All right, girl, the tree is up. Jake took the netting off. We're gonna let it sit for just a minute while I get this dinner together. Tonight I'm making chicken ramen, or I guess we're making chicken ramen. So let's get started. I have my boneless, skinless chicken thighs here. I've trimmed the fat. They're nice and clean. We're gonna get the marinade going for those. It's 4:25. I'm supposed to let them sit and marinate for at least an hour or overnight, but we ain't got time for all that. Dinner's supposed to be on the table in 1 hour. I think it's going to be more like a 6:30 night instead of a 5:30 night. But anyway, it's okay. Let's get the marinade for this chicken started. Before I get my marinade going, I'm going to come over here. I started this water for my eggs. I did put a little bit of vinegar in there. The thing with soft-boiled eggs is it's so easy to break the yolk when you take the shell off. So the vinegar just helps the shell come off a little bit cleaner. Baby, why don't you put that in the mug?
You're right.
Yeah. You know, if you need some attention, just let me know.
I love you.
You don't gotta put glass in the microwave, baby. I'm here for you. Now you want to use half a cup of mirin or rice vinegar, girl. I just happen to find mirin at the grocery store. 1/4 cup of soy sauce. And since I'd rather do anything with my life than chop garlic, I'm gonna use 4 cloves of garlic crushed. Here is the marinade so far. Baby, it really don't look like too much in anything, but it is flavorful. I'll give that a stir. Now the recipe that I found, for whatever reason, does not mention seasoning your chicken other than the marinade, but I've been cooking long enough to know that that is an absolute no-no, so we're gonna season this. I used some black pepper, garlic powder, and in the middle of all of this, my timer just went off for my eggs. Baby, when that timer go off for that egg, drop everything. I put them in the sink. I'm gonna run some cold water over them. I usually do some ice, but I don't think I cracked the ice today. No. So I only have this much ice left. Anyway, we gotta take care of that. But you know, first things first is dinner. Now that the eggs are off the stove though, we're gonna get back to this chicken. Some onion powder, complete, and some paprika. Give this a stir. Then I'm gonna cover it with the marinade. Make sure all my chicken is submerged. Cover it with some plastic wrap. And then we're gonna pop this in the fridge for about 45 minutes. Since the chicken is done, I have drained these eggs and we're about to get started on peeling them. We'll see how it goes with the vinegar and the cold water. I just hope the water was cold enough to actually help me peel the shell off. I also forgot to start my timer like as soon as I put them in, and every second counts when you're doing like soft-boiled eggs. So who knows how soft-boiled they are. If the white is solid, then that means I boiled them too hard, because I like my white to be a little bit tender when I put them in the ramen. But as long as the yolk is sort of soft and they're not hard-boiled, it's cool. Noah fell asleep while me and Jake were putting the tree up, and he woke her up to take a bath. She is pissed, y'all. She's so pissed. She has not been feeling good this weekend. It's crazy though, because she was not sick when she left school on Wednesday. Nobody at Thanksgiving was sick. Me and Jake haven't gotten sick, and she's been like, you know, drinking water and stuff after us. And normally, baby, when the kids sick, they won't even know that they sick. If me and Jake do something behind them, we're sick immediately. But no, like, me and him feel fine. So I'm just hoping she gets better, because she's been running like a low-grade fever. She threw up a bunch of like cold and stuff this morning. So it's been a rough few days for her. She was fine the first few days of break too. So we're just, you know, I think wondering if we're going to keep her home from school tomorrow or not. I think at this point we're done wondering. Like, I think she's staying home tomorrow, which would happen because it's Vlogmas. So I have meticulously planned out all 25 days that we gonna see each other, but I got sick, baby. But anyway, the baby comes first, obviously. So the schedule is just gonna have to adjust, and adjust it will. We be all right, girl. We still gonna see each other for 25 days straight. At least I hope that we are. Now, I'm, you know, semi new to this whole vlogging, editing, putting up content thing, and I don't want to you know, make an undertaking that's a large feat. So cross our fingers. I'm gonna try my hardest, but I feel like I don't think I've used this phrase all 2025, but baby, life is lifing to its maximum capacity these past few months. But it's okay. It's all right. I feel like, you know, if I'm gonna wait until things are perfect to accomplish anything, then I'm never gonna get nothing done, right? All right, my eggs are all peeled. They came out pretty perfectly. The white is kind of solid, so I won't really know what the yellow, what the yolk is working with until I slice them open. But the yellow, it's firm, but it's not hard, so I think they're gonna be all right. So for the eggs, we have to make another marinade that consists of the mirin and the soy sauce. It's 1/4 cup of soy sauce and 3/4 cup of mirin. Give that a little stir. Now with these, I just like to cover them, not refrigerate them, because they won't even be out for that long. I also need to remember to flip these in about 15 minutes. I'll set a timer, and once I flip them, I'll show y'all why. This chicken is about as marinated is going to get, at least for today. Well, I guess we're not on the time crunch anymore because Noah's sleeping, so it's just me and Jake eating. I told him, listen, if I was gonna do it, if I knew she was gonna be asleep, I sure wouldn't have done all this.
Wouldn't even cook.
Wouldn't eat, right?
Eat cereal.
Well, and I made them salmon burgers for lunch.
Oh yeah, we got leftovers.
I did not need to cook, but it's okay. We can have us a cute little night. The chicken is getting ready to go in now. This recipe says to put it in at 425. I don't think in my whole grown ass life I ever set an oven to 425. That seems crazy to me, but hopefully she ain't wrong. The one thing about this meal that I am ultimately not a huge fan of is that it has a lot of moving parts. So right now that the chicken is in the oven, oh, let me set my little timer to 15 minutes because I will forget and the whole house to be up in flames, honey. So 15 minutes. Next, we're gonna get our vegetables together. I got some green onion, spinach, mushrooms, a gang of garlic, and some ginger. And everything besides the spinach is gonna go into a pot with about 4 to 5 cups of chicken broth. She says good chicken broth. I don't know what that means. I always use whatever I find at Aldi. And if you buy this one that comes in like this little carton, this is 32 ounces. So girl, just dump out this in the pot. And girl, I forgot to add ingredients to my soup base. So I don't even know how or why I remember, but I'm glad I did. I'm supposed to add 1/4 cup of soy sauce and 1/4 cup of mirin. This chicken is getting ready to come out of the oven. It has, once you turn it over, it has a glaze that goes on top, and then it bakes for another 15 minutes. So let's make that glaze so we can get this moving, because Mama is hungry. Okay, I need something nice and warm on my belly. A tablespoon of brown sugar. Brown sugar, babe. I am high on your love. A half a cup of soy sauce. A lot of soy sauce. That's the theme of the meal. The glaze is mixed together, and now let's get this chicken out. Oh, it is very much beyond raw, but now this is supposed to be going in there for 15 minutes, but I think we're gonna give her an extra 10. So let's set this for 25, and then I'll check in. I only have the spinach and mushrooms left to cook. Oh, and the ramen. And don't get it twisted, babe. The toppings are fancy, but the ramen is very much Maruchan. Like, I can't do nothing about it. I'm not making no noodles. Oh, but let's go ahead and flip these eggs. Now, one side is like stark white, and the other side is all brown and soaked. Can you tell, man? I don't even think you can see the contrast, but it's okay. It's okay. All right, girl. Now for me, the ginger and garlic and onion are just for flavor. So I'm about to dig those out of the broth, and then we'll replace it with something that we're actually going to eat. I cleaned off some spinach and some mushroom, and we're going to put that in the broth. Girl, all this water is really just too dramatic, because I'm about to drop 3 packs of Otis noodles in here. All right, girl, we got all the toppings here and ready. Here are the soy eggs. Here's the chicken, the broth, spinach and mushroom, and then the noodles hiding in there somewhere. It don't look like much now, but let me put it together and I'll come back and show you. All right, girl, my ramen is done. My eggs came out perfectly. I got some chicken, got the veggies. You see the noodles in there. I'm trying not to tilt it so much so the broth comes out, but we're getting ready to bust a grub, and then we're gonna decorate this tree. All right, we're all done eating. The ramen was delectable, but now we're gonna put the lights on the tree first. And I swear I had like multicolored lights for the tree.
You do.
I know. I can't. We did them last year, or we did just the white lights.
No, I'm sure we get multi-color.
Oh, well, in this bag with the ornaments, all I have are the white lights. So, Joe, I don't know. I'm starting to think maybe we misremembered. And all we have is these. I mean, we did these white lights last year. And of course, is it always just par for the course for half of them not to work? We just need a little tweaking. But you know, normally, oh, bam.
Bye.
One of the traditions in my house is that the baby puts on the tree topper. So my oldest brother did it, my middle brother did it, and then I did it forever. I was like 16, 17 years old sitting on my dad's shoulders, and now we're passing the tradition down to our children. Don't be scared, you know, Daddy will never drop you. She playing with the ceiling. June, hold the tree topper. The angel's making all kind of hits. So throughout the years, of course, we've collected quite a few ornaments. My mom started this tradition for us of getting the family names. 2015, yeah, that was the 3 of our first Christmas together. So my mom started this one.
Was it 14 or 15?
It was 14.
15 was the first married.
Our first Merry Christmas, but yeah. This one was 2016. In honor of the pandemic, I felt like we had to. Oh, this is my favorite one, because I think this is the first one where I was able to like personalize all of us. Skin color, hair texture, all of that. One top tier. 2022 is my favorite. Here is one from when we went to Yellowstone. Child, listen, they got ornaments in Yellowstone all year round because we was there in July and they had ornaments for sale. Why? Because that was just your thing, girl. It still kind of is your thing. Alright, we are done decorating the tree. Now, the one thing, I'm like, the tree look a little skimpy this year. What's going on? But I call them filler ornaments. You know, like the little ball glass or like shatter-free ornaments that you get. Ours all broke. And when we moved into this house, I think. Yeah, I think they all broke. So, we need to get more filler ornaments. I'll probably do that sometime tomorrow. But
Yeah, if I'm sick.
yes, you are sick. Are you going to school tomorrow? No. It's gonna be me and my girls tomorrow and y'all. But the one thing about having a real tree is that you have to water it. So Sheila, can you put some water in the bottom, please? And she drinks a lot of water in the first few days. And there's pine needles everywhere. So I'm gonna get the pine needles cleaned up and Jake is going to water the tree. Alright friend, we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much for joining me for Vlogmas Day 1 and I'll see you tomorrow, girl. Bye.